And obviously you've played in games like this before at Griffin Park. How much did that actually help when you stepped into the first team?
Yeah, it did. Especially playing at Griffin Park, getting you sort of ready for like that sort of environment, playing in a stadium in front of a crowd, and it is different. But yeah, that definitely sort of helps get you ready for first team football, and especially playing against a good City team.
Yeah, we've just seen Nikolai Kirk make that good City team aware that he's here.
Yep.
Certainly is on the right hand side. Back with Yeboah now as Hurston Alves shuts him down. City playing out from the back. Theo Archibald goes into challenge, but Ed Francis moves it away. Brentford are a team that do like to press early on, as Chris said. But City will bring it away. Ball down the right hand side. Deli Bashiru takes it on, but Brentford have it back. This is Oxenham. Started his last game here with a bizarre own goal against Manchester United, but I'm sure he's over that by now. Chats Theodoridis. Been away on loan with Cheltenham Town. Played 18 games for them, but he's back in Brentford colours now. Here's our trialist centre-back for the evening, over to Kirk. Archibald flicks it on towards Coote. Back to Archibald. Coote tries to play the 1-2. Just too much on it instead. Matthew Downey, the referee tonight, gives a throw.
You can see already the way City want to play out from the back, so there's definitely opportunities in this game to win the ball high up the pitch.
And obviously when you're faced with a team like that at centre-back, you must surely be thinking first chance you get it forward.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said before, get them on the back foot, because I think Man City are going to want to sort of take control of the game early doors. So if you can sort of disrupt their rhythm as quickly as possible and get the ball forward and sort of get them on the back foot rather than you as the team being on the back foot straight away.
City now entering Brentford's half. First time in this game. Number 6, Matt Smith, looks like he's going to be running the show from the midfield. Spazio finds Poveda. He's got Gar, the Argentinian, on the left-hand side. Kirk does really well to take it off him and will continue up the field. He's got Marcus Fors for company, but it's blocked. Ali Coote can't get to the ball first. And Poveda recycles that. Marcus Fors chased it down. 20 goals for him this season. Quite a return. Was among the matchday squad last time as the 19th man. We also saw Mads Bech Sorensen, who's a centre-back tonight, in that actual matchday squad on the bench.
I think it's brilliant for both of them sort of getting involved. Both really deserved. I've obviously trained with Marcus and Mads quite a lot. They've been up with the first team and they both look like they've got a lot of potential, and it's really good for Marcus to get as many goals as he has done. I think him getting in the matchday squad sort of is a reward for all his hard work this year.
Yeah, we've just seen Ellery Balcom pick up the ball. Obviously, you've probably played in front of Ellery a few times. What's he like as a keeper behind you?
Yeah, he's good. Very good with the ball. You can see he's improved a lot from when he first came.
He certainly is. He'll be tested here as the ball comes in. Poveda's there, and it's an early goal. Crossing from the right-hand side. It was a cracking finish. Much Ellery could do there?
It's difficult. You've got to look at how the ball got through so easy in the first place, but yeah, I think it's difficult when you're a defender running back to goal. You've got to try and open up and see what's around you, but I've been there before and it is difficult. And great finish. Don't think the keeper could have done anything about that.
Early goal. What will that do to the mentality? Is it just about creating more chances and just calming down now?
Yeah, I think so. It's not ideal conceding so early, but I think it's got to give you that freedom to go and sort of get back into the game. Sometimes going to goal down so early can sort of like inspire you to sort of up the tempo and
push
get
on.
back at them. And yeah, they've got to get back into the game pretty quickly now and don't let the second go in.
Well, Ali Coote will try and get the attack going. It's brought down by Smith again as Bradley Clayton goes after him. Back to the goalkeeper Grimshaw as he takes a heavy touch and Falls will try and shut him down. Not much doing. City under pressure here. Hurston Alves just slips. Does well to get back on him though.
I think that's where you've got to try and win the ball really high up there. They're going to take chances in possession. I think that's where you've got to not let them out because they've got good players in the team that can do so. So if you can stop them, then you're stopping sort of them progressing further up the pitch.
Stop them nice and early. This is Alves. He's run out of options there and has to turn back towards Sorensen. Chastiridis in support. Takes on his left foot and tries to get down that left wing. Quite a lot of pace in him and skill as well. Here he is. Turns his man in the end. Goes for a second time, still in possession. Over towards Clayton. Alves back to Clayton. He's got Kirk on this right hand side. Coote turns back inside, finds Alves, who leaves it. Very good ball there. Crossed in by Chatsiridis. He'll get it back. Goes round his man to the byline. Pulls it back. Not quite enough on it. Just wanted to see that a little bit more fizz, didn't you, Meps?
Yeah, definitely. It's good area, good play. Good play between Ali, Brad, Herson. And yeah, just that final ball from Ilias can be a little bit better, but positive signs after conceding so early.
Ball over the top, the linesman's already given it as a throw. Game has settled down a bit as we enter the 6th and 7th minute. City already a goal up. Theo Archibald on this far side trying to create some space by just moving a little bit further out. Throw towards Oxenden. Back to Elias, and there's Sorensen who'll turn inside. He's got options across the pitch and he decides to use our trialist at centre back. Ball forward is just too much for Kirk, but he'll chase it down. And Theo does well to bring that in. Archibald, just can't control it. As Gary does really well there. And they'll try and play out of tight space here, City. Impressed and hassled by Brentford, but they've got it out there, and Bradley Clayton takes control. Does really well to turn his man, but he's still got the ball. And we'll just calm things down by playing it back to the trialist. Clayton now. Back to our number 4. Brings it inside and finds Clayton again. Archibald trying to create space, just maybe confused him there. Grimshaw clears. And the trialist watches that onto his head. Smith tries to win it back, but Herson is on the ball. This is Oxenden. And now Sorensen. This is Chastiridis to Herson Alves and gets it back, the Greek. Desperately trying to find space down that left wing, and he's going to go past them here. Can he find the ball into the box? He's going to play it back towards Coote, who recycles it to Alves.
You can see early on Ilias looking to threat down that left-hand side. Definitely keep getting the ball out to him, I think.
Definitely looks a threat as Archibald just loses the ball, but does really well to keep hold of it. Oxenden, well, Alves was shouting for it, didn't get there. Sorensen now instead plays a long ball over the top. Clayton's going to have to do well to get that. Does very well with his body, but the referee calls a foul as Ali Coote strikes it, but Grimshaw saves. As you say, Chris, the threat down the left looks very strong from Ilias.
Yeah, definitely. He's always a player that plays with a lot of confidence, and he's very good attacking 1v1. So I think you can see already sort of him sort of using his skill well to get past the defender. So keep getting the ball out to him, I think.
City find it to Yeboah now, back to Grimshaw, the City captain tonight. Mr. Francis. Theo will try and close him down, and Grimshaw again has to try and play it out quickly. Maybe a bit lucky that he's found his man there, Deli Bashiri. Bashiri still with the ball. Oxenden tries to get it off him. It plays back as far as Pozzo. This is Poveda again, already scored in this game. Out towards Gare. Poveda inside, Pozzo. Quite a Spanish-speaking influence on that left wing. As Matt Smith brings it back and plays it over top toward Poveda. Just too much on the ball there. Man City coaches below us just giving out some instructions to their team. Want to see a bit more movement up top. They've certainly got the quality, you think. Kirk with the throw. It's a long one. Fours goes up with Francis, but wow, the referee played advantage. Some players not happy with it, but it's a City free kick. Francis to Pozzo, and then back to him. This is Humphreys now. Out to Yeboah. And Brentford will press again. Grimshaw with the ball. Slips it under Alves' feet, and City will try and break. As far said, they've got Gar if they need him. Good header there by Elias to keep it in play. Grimshaw with the long kick forward. Mansbeck Sorensen watches that almost out, and in the end the referee has allowed play to go on. This is Bashiru, cross back towards the edge of the box with Bolton, who takes a heavy touch, and it's cleared away in the end. 7 nods it back in. That's a Gunby. Played in last week's fixture, which was a 4-3 defeat at the Etihad campus, as did Pozzo, the Man City number 5. Obviously, having played City a few times yourself, Meps, how much does it mean to you to play these big sort of names when you're a B team player?
Yeah, it's important. I think when we talk about bridging the gap between B team and first team, I think a game like this would definitely help. Playing against good opposition, and yeah, I think that's what you want to play every week as a young player, the best teams, because that's where you're going to get better and learn. Yeah, if you can match them, then you can definitely come away with your head held high.
City with a throw on this far side. This is Poveda back to Smith. He'll play it to Pozzo, who just nearly loses out to Ali Koot there, but leaves Theo Archibald to chase after Cameron Humphreys now, and he loses the ball. Just about gets away with it. Oxenden slides in. Fans on the far side didn't see too much wrong with that, but referee Matt Downey did. Anything wrong with that, Meps?
Sorry?
Anything wrong with that? Paying attention?
Yeah. I don't think there was a lot wrong in that tackle, to be fair, if you ask me.
Pozzo stops to ties his laces, and we get underway to Francis now. Gar closed down, Koot wins it back. Here comes Oxenden, gets taken down himself this time. Kevin O'Connor not happy that the play wasn't allowed to continue. This is Oxenden, Finnish under 19 international, along with Marcus Falls up top. A few of these B team lads have international caps. Emery Balcom, one of them, can't control that though, and will keep it in. Just about. Played himself for England under 19s in recent months. But Man City now have a throw on the far side. As we see the Brentford Lifeline Society badges flash up on the advertising boards. Of course, they were a sponsor of the last game here against Anderlecht. Smith plays it all the way back to Yeboah, and Hurson Alves is in pursuit. And that instead will go all the way back to Grimshaw. Theo Archibald really quick to press Francis, who's had to play the ball to Grimshaw quickly, and again a heavy touch takes him away from his goal, and in the end Ilias knocks it away. Both Man City and Brentford have options on the bench. Obviously one of those options is Jarvis Edibor. Chris, you played with Jarvis. Obviously another very competent centre-back alongside Mads as well.
Yeah, definitely. Again, he's come a long way from when he first came. He's improved so much as a player, and I think he's become a very consistent defender for this B team. And yeah, he's been really good. I enjoyed playing with him, and very similar to Mads in terms of trust him completely, playing alongside him, and yeah, it probably feels a bit unfortunate not to play tonight.
Yeah, he's if he does play tonight, he'll be on 70 games in total for Brentford B since they
How many?
Since 70 for Brentford B since they began 2 years ago. So he's been a consistent player at that centre-back position.
Yeah.
Only one of 2 players in the team who's also on 70 if he plays tonight. Guess the other one?
Lucas?
Lucas Talbot, Chris Meppen, well done. 2 very consistent members of Kevin O'Connor's squad. As I'm sure you would be, had you not stepped up.
Yep.
City.
You can already see number 6, Matt Smith, looking to get on the ball a lot.
Yeah, he's very much running the show in the middle, isn't he?
Yeah, I played with him with Wales under-21s. Very comfortable player. He likes to pick a good full pass. So yeah, we'll definitely like to get there.
Speaking of forward passes, that's a great one from Grimshaw, and Garther will get the ball in. It's come all the way across the box. Just couldn't quite get there, Ogunbi. Shepherded out by Ilias Chetzeridis, who's done really well to keep the ball in there. Gets an appreciative clap from the fans. Oxenden plays it over the top towards Kirk, who's got space in front of him, as well as Theo Archibald on that right-hand side. Turns back instead and takes some contact. And then the referee gives a throw. Potso and Smith seem to be the 2 players in this team who want to run the ball. Looks like a 3-man defence for City with 2 sat in front. Quick throw by Archibald. Coote will try and win this second ball, but it's not going to get there. Potso does instead.
Good player.
Very good technical player in this midfield. They've got 2 midfielders here who can really play with the football, and this is one of them. This is Smith. Tries to play it down the right-hand side for Ogunbi. He's got 2 in the middle if he can. Blocked off by Ilias Chetzeridis.
You can see already as well, they're very dangerous in wide areas, Man City. It's twice they've got down through that left-hand side, or the right-hand side for Man City, and look dangerous once they get that ball forward.
Certainly, as we said before, got the talent to do that, whether it be from a long ball from the keeper or build-up play. But they've got a corner, so we'll see how they are at set pieces. You'd think they'd be good at that as well. Looks like Potso's the one who's going to go over and take it. Two back for City in company with Marcus Falls, but the ball comes into the box. It's going to be reached in the end by Ali Coote, who flicks it away. In the end, Ali Coote does well to get back as Kirk does hard work to get the ball out. Archibald can't quite control it, but it will come to Oxenden, who does well to step past his man and find Archibald again. Good pass
play
across
from
the
Theo.
middle for Sorensen. Ball out to Chetzeridis, giving the number 7 real trouble, and again steps away from him like he's not there. This is Alves. A long ball to the trialist. He's got Kirk in support and he will use him. Coote comes tight to play a 1-2. This is Kirk again. Can't quite get there as Smith got a touch on it, but Archibald will travel into the box and try and win the ball. It's up in the air. Clayton does really well to bring that down. And then he's just muscled off it, and here comes Potso. He's got 2 in support. One of them is Poveda, and he'll surely run a goal here. On his left foot, Balcon comes out. It's a big save by the keeper. Really good save by Balcon. As Herson Alves gets back there, but a really good save by Ellery Meps.
Yeah, big save. That's where, as a defender, when the ball does go in behind you and their players one-on-one, you want your keeper to come out and make himself big and sort of keep you in the game like he's done there.
Really good save by Ellery. We've seen that time and time again this season, from some of the early penalty saves in pre-season to just there as former B Giancarlo Poveda bore down on goal, made himself big, and it's a good save. Potso again. Poveda free on this left-hand side. If Francis can find him, he opts to go inside to Potso. City with 3 players playing on the last man currently, and Potso will find one of them. This is Bashiru. Finds Bolton. It's a lovely pass out to Ogunbi. Chetzeridis will go and try and calm him down. It does well. This is Bradley Clayton. Bringing the ball out. Herson Alves pointing to where he wants it, but Brad will slow things down and find Yako. Theo with his arm in the air on this right-hand side. In the end, all the way back to Ellery Balcom, whose kicking isn't too shabby at all. Certainly would trust him with his feet. And there he is trying to find Chatstheodoridis, who can't get to the ball. He will get to the second one though, does really well. This is Herson Alves. Now Clayton. Brentford just eager to maybe control the possession for a few minutes at least. Certainly been sitting on the ascendancy. It's gone all the way back to Balcom. Back to the trialist, back to Ellery. Wants to see a little bit of movement from his front players. Instead tries that ball up to Chatstheodoridis again. That's just too much for him.
Right,
What do you do against a team like City Meps when they're playing quite compact and there's not really much space in there?
I think it's difficult. I think you've got to try and establish possession as quickly as possible, because it seems like Man City are going to have a lot of the ball, and I think because you're chasing the game a lot and you're going to be chasing Man City players around, I think it's important when you get the ball you keep it, because otherwise when you do go forward you're not going to have enough energy and the players to do so. So I think just try and have your spell possession, so get a few touches and get comfortable, and then try and work it up the pitch like Man City do so well.
Indeed, this is Alves. Now Chatstheodoridis does well to keep hold of the ball, but it will run out of play. And the referee's given a goal kick, which Ilias is not pleased with. Well, we heard Kevin O'Connor say it in midweek, if they get the things off the ball done right, they will probably have a good game, and as Meps has just alluded to, that will probably be the case. So far they've been very good on the ball. Certainly try and make springs or spread things when they have a goal kick. Grimshaw is the one who will take it. Ball over the top. Sorensen does well to nod it down. This is Oxenden. Plays it to Coote in the gap between the two midfielders. Finds Alves. This is Clayton on the left hand side of the box. Just tries the ball, but he's got it back. Poveda in support, drills it low. Grimshaw does really well to get across there. Falls just a few feet away from it. Gets applause from the crowd in the paddock. And City have really slowed things down again, just trying to keep control of the pace of this game. Ball over the top is not good enough to beat Oxenden. It will be found by Coote. There's an overload in the middle here if they can find it. Falls. The ball back wasn't the greatest. This is Sorensen again at the back. Decides to play it safe to Balcom. Ball to the trialist, and Oxenden wants it in the middle, but Sorensen is on the left. Captain of Denmark under-19s. Certainly got enough experience to try and pull the team out from this one. How important is it not to lose your head against a team like City Meps? Obviously they're going to be a very strong side, and it's surely about a little bit of damage limitation, but also trying to get at them as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think first team played Fulham recently, and they played very similar, so play out from the back, and it's difficult because at times you feel like you're chasing shadows around the pitch, but yeah, you definitely got to try and stop them playing out. I know it's easier said than done, but definitely stick to your principles, and I'm sure the B team would have a game plan how to win this game, and I think you just got to trust yourself and stick with it. And yeah, I'm sure this team will get chances in the game, so just be patient, keep doing the right things, and hopefully something will come.
Well, last week at City it took them 45 minutes to grab 2 quick goals, but they did get the goals in the end, and then Bradley Clayton scored a penalty as well to make it 3, so they've certainly got goals in them. Beat Reading earlier this season 9-1. That was probably the biggest win they've ever recorded. There's certainly potential in this side. City will be aware of that though. With Bolton just here by the touchline. Potso gets over the top. That's a great ball towards Bashiru. Ellery Balcom out quickly. Not the clearance we'd have wanted, but it's gone to a Brentford shirt. And again, the goalkeeper comes to Brentford's rescue. Poveda with the throw. Contact from Coote, but Oxenden just about escapes with the ball. He's lost it now though, and here is Poveda, edge of the box. Left hand side to Bolton, low ball in.
Good defending.
Asbek Sorensen with the clearance.
I think in a game like this also you need a lot of voices out there, because there's going to be a lot of information that needs to be given to the players, and it's important that you get leaders out there to dictate to people where to go and what to do.
Yeah, and we've heard all season long that, you know, Brad has been that sort of character. Ball comes over the top, it's towards Brad. He'll try and get there ahead of Bashiru, who does well to keep it, but he's going to be hassled by the Brentford number 10, to say the very least, and just muscled off it there. Bolton will flick it back. Hurst Alvarez does well to cut across. And Archibald's the one who can come out here. He's got the pace to get around this player now. Does really well to just hold on to the ball. He's still got possession, as has Oxenden. Good play by the Bees on that left-hand side. As Theo plays it back to Sorensen. Kurt wants to switch on the right-hand side. He's going to play it instead towards Ilias Chatstheodoris, who takes it in his stride. Yeboah can't quite get it away from him, but he's got a Gunby for company. Chatstheodoris plays it back towards Clayton. Plenty of space in that midfield at the moment. Cross towards Ilias on the left. Sorensen drives forward. Coop makes the run but doesn't find him. Back to number 4. Sorensen plays the ball through the middle. Does really well to find Clayton, whose second ball towards Theo wasn't the greatest. This is Bashiru again. Clayton after him and pulls him back, and will probably take a booking hit. Certainly will. Just getting a little bit frustrated at getting beaten time and time again. Neither side really taking control of this game, but neither side really creating much in the way of chances so far. Had the goal from Poveda early on. As Humphreys plays it back towards Yeboah. He cuts inside. Archibald goes in chase. Humphreys plays it back rather wildly towards his goalkeeper. And City play out yet again. This is Smith. Plays it inside to Bashiru. This is Gunby. And Deli Bashiru will get after it again. He's probably going to cross this first time. He does. Gar is the one on the ball. And now Potso. Plays it to Smith. Tries to get it out of his feet, but the referee just gets in the way. Yeboah now takes his time. Grimshaw is an option. He's going to use him. Ball in there, and just caught out there by Oxen in the end. We saw that at Manchester City last week. They tried to play too clever and just got taken away from them as Sorensen clears it over the top of the Braemar Road stand. And we need another football. Sort of get the impression, Chris, that in a game like this, if Man City make a mistake, you've really got to pounce on it. Yeah,
definitely. Like I said before, I think there's going to be opportunities to win the ball high up the pitch, and there's a good example there of Man City trying to overplay, and just need that little bit of sort of aggression to win the ball and make like use of it.
Sorensen towards Oxenden. Shapes to play long, but then finds Chatstheodoris, who does play long. A little bit too long for Marcus Forss. Grimshaw's the one who will pick it up.
It's important in a game like this to make use of your number 9 as well, because I think you're not going to have loads of the ball, so it's important that you can rely on sort of working it straight to your front man and sort of getting players to play off him. I think they need to try and do that more, get Marcus involved, because he's a strong lad and can hold the ball up, so if you can sort of get the ball out to him and allow others to come into play, I think that's also a way where you can hurt this team.
Very much so, as Smith brings the ball forward, plays a through ball towards Poveda. Ellie Balcom will take it away from both him and Gar. As Chris said, and as Marcus said last week, the problem they had at City was that he just couldn't get the ball enough, and you're a big strong number 9, you want to see a bit more of it than perhaps he's doing at the moment. Alves and Archibald have switched yet again to try and create a little bit of confusion up there. And Poveda does well to shut the ball down there. Plays it inside towards Gar, who will play it across the box. Done really well there, Kirk, to block it. Nikolai Kirk playing it right back despite the fact he started the season as a centre midfielder. That's quite a transition. Something that we've seen from Nico Yanaris in the first team as well, certainly capable of doing it. Ball in. Nodded up in the air by Kirk, and in the end by Sorensen away as Balcom had lost his positioning there. All the way back out to Gar, the Argentinian. Is it across the field towards Poveda. Coot, the one shepherding him in here, and does really well to nick the ball. Smith plays it in, and Fours is the one who wins the ball off Poveda. Fours, can he get there first? He can't. Poveda recovers well. Gets past Kirk and Fours in the end. And then takes contact from Ali Coot. Francis back to Humphreys. City quite happy to play with this back three at the moment. Not much of a threat on goal from Brentford FC. Somehow Humphreys is still going. A big clearance by the trialist at centre back. Does that sign maybe a little bit of frustration, Chris, the fact that he's able just to run through the middle? Maybe the Brentford are sitting off a little bit too much?
Yeah, I think it's difficult if you press the team really hard at the pitch and they've got good players. I think they can pop it round you, and you can see already a couple of times that they have got that quality in the team to go out to the keeper and through the centre halves and play through the lines. But you definitely don't want their centre halves dribbling through the midfield and coming out of the ball. I think that's a great opportunity where you can win the ball and then play quickly while he's out of position.
Also under pressure from Alves, it's cleared long. Sorensen the one who nods that away, but not entirely out. Bolton just keeps hold of it there. And that'll be a City throw. 32 minutes gone in this first half. It's 1-0 to City. Giancarlo Poveda with the early goal after about 3 minutes. Crossed in via Gumby, and he volleyed it into the top right-hand corner. So far nothing really of note of Brentford being in terms of a comeback or a response. City just happy to almost stay in the driving seat here. Poveda now steps inside Coot, but Oxenden goes in chase of Gar, and it goes back to Francis, who somehow gets it back to Gar, but Herson Alves is the one there who takes control of it and gets it all the way back to Balcom. Sorensen plays it long. Archibald nods it on. Clayton the one after it, but it'll go back towards Theo. It's a brave header by Gumby in that middle. This is Kirk. And he takes contact and goes down. Oxen now with a long ball towards
Flick on from the ref.
Archibald. Matt Downey in the way there. Going to be shut down by Archibald, who left a little bit in that tackle, and here he comes again. Yeboah, the one who steps past him this time, and again. Back from Smith to his goalkeeper Grimshaw. It's a long ball that will probably run all the way through. Ellery just making sure. Finds Sorensen. Sorensen finds Oxenden, and back to him. This is Balcom. Spots the long ball forward. Herson Alves the one who wants to win that header. He's done well against Francis, and Kirk almost found Fours with that header. And once again, Fours is the one who drops it in. Just a little bit of discussion in the red and white shirts at the moment. There's Bashiru. Gets past Chats the Arena, so drilled across, and there's Bolton. Ooh, flicked over the top, not quite on target. As Poveda recycles it In fact, Gar recycled it but didn't do well enough. Marcus Falls was getting a little bit frustrated up there, Chris.
Yeah.
Still by himself.
I think there's a couple of times he's looked quite late to react to the ball. That's why I think you need more from your sort of centre forward to get the ball to stick, especially against a team that dominates the ball as much as Man City do. You sense a little bit of frustration out there. I think that's why it's important for someone to sort of take control and calm everyone down. And it's only 1-0 at the minute, and one big chance and you're back in the game. So they just got to keep the belief and don't get frustrated.
And obviously, you mentioned those big influences, those characters out there. Obviously, in the first team, you've seen it this season with a lot of game time alongside Andreas. It must be calming for you to know that he's got such an experienced head on him.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's why it's been not easy for me to break through, but it's made it so much easier because you've got such a calm head playing alongside you, and by him being so calm and assured, it makes you calmer. And he's had a big impact on my breakthrough, and yeah. Him, Eags, Jan Barber, all of them very composed and calm people, so it's important that they sort of transfer that calmness onto you, especially being a young lad who might be a little bit more sort of nervous and stuff like that.
Sorensen finds Chatstoudouridis, who flicks it on to Archibald. Chatstoudouridis comes inside and will find the ball here. He's going to try and find Alves on this right hand side. A little bit of space opening up for Brentford the first time. Alves cuts back inside. Plays it left-footed towards Coote, who tries to switch it back. Kirk will get a hold of the ball here, right-hand side, crosses it in. It's a low ball. Grimshaw does really well to hold on. But first sort of hint at a chance there as we drop into the 36th, 37th minute of this half. City look to play out straight away. Gar to Poveda, just nips past Oxton there and finds Bashiru. Back to Gar. Sorensen does enough, but can't quite bring him down. Back to Smith in the middle, who is really running the show for City alongside Pozzo here. 1-2s between the 5 and 6. Brentford chasing shadows a bit there, but Theo Archibald is the one who concedes the throw. City really taking their time now, not needing to rush things. They are a goal up. Seem to be in control of this fixture so far. This is Bolton. Inevitably back to one of Pozzo or Smith. It's always been one of those two in this first half. This is Humphreys. And now Francis. Over the top towards Gar on this left-hand side. All the way back towards Francis now, shepherded well by Nikolai Kirk there. Smith plays it across to Yubaba, who drops it off his chest there, just didn't quite get the control right, but Archibald can't take advantage. Smith again, a few wayward passes here from this City side at the moment. Back to the goalkeeper, Humphreys lets it run. So he's just becoming a bit panicked maybe by the pressure on them by the bees here, and that's almost a pass behind Bashiru there. Free kick given.
Yeah, another example of how you can press this team. I think they got lucky there to sort of work their way out. Definitely got to keep pressing them, and I think eventually a mistake will come from one of the City players.
Obviously, it must be somewhat easier to see it from up here, but as a player down there, how obvious is it when you're starting to gain momentum and starting to play well? Yeah,
I think you feel it. And it swings both ways during the game quite a lot. You can, especially in the first team game where you got the fans sort of getting behind you. I think that's where it starts from. Maybe it might be a quiet game and your team might not be that involved in it, and then you get one big chance and suddenly the fans get behind you. So yeah, I think momentum's massive, especially in a game like this.
We get the sense that one goal here for Brentford could set them on a bit of a run, but at the same time, City do have the quality to open things up.
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
Archibald getting more and more frustrated on that far side as they keep the ball away from him. All the way back to Humphreys now. City just trying to calm things down. They've been quite stretched in the last few minutes. It's back to Humphreys again. Back to Yeboah, whose touch almost lets him down again but gets away with it. Now Potso. Oh, he's played that well through to Bashiru, who is just offside. That was a very close call. Good line by the Brentford back four. Now Oxenden, time to play. Back to the trialist and then go all the way back to Balcom. So that's Theodoridis towards Archibald, who shapes the pass but brings it all the way back. This is Sorensen now. Close control.
So there's quite a lot of space on this side as well.
There it goes.
When the centre half looks up for the big dive, it's definitely on as well.
This is Ilias Theodoridis trying to get away from his man. He does. Will he shoot right-footed? He will. Caught there by the goalkeeper Grimshaw, as you say, Chris. It's opening up.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said before, one chance and get the fans behind you, and a chance like that could get momentum for the boys. And I think that's what you need to. A chance like that sort of get you back into the game and sort of give you that realisation that it's definitely, this game's definitely there to be won, or at least get a draw from it.
There's certainly goals in it as Potso picks up the ball for Manchester City. Inside towards Gar, now Potso again. That's going to go straight through the middle towards Bolton, but it's a heavy pass and Balcom picks it up. That was lucky for Brentford. If that had been timed right, that was a perfect through ball for the striker. Sorensen now. There's a neat through ball, and it will just be collected by Thea, who's got time to turn now. City almost seem like they're tiring here as it's over the top towards Alves. Picks it up on that right-hand side and will look to cut inside. Does really well here. Now into the box. Herson Alves will shoot this, and it's just unlucky. Gets completely underneath it. You can see what he was trying to do, and he knows himself he should have done better.
Like I said before, they definitely try and make the pitch as small as possible, and when you do that, you do sacrifice the wide areas, and I think City are trying to make it hard to play through them, so they're sort of leaving the space on the outside, and that invites a ball like that from Theo to Herson, and that's where you need that little bit of quality in the final third.
Certainly do, and it was unlucky that Herson couldn't maybe turn that into something better. Just organising the Brentford B captain tonight. All the way over the top. And it's taken down really well as he goes past Mazbek Sorensen. Bolton can't quite get the ball off, and it's cleared by Sorensen's centre-back partner. This is Chatstheory. He just turns his man yet again, doing really well down that left-hand side. Clayton inside to Oxenden, who plays it across towards Kirk, who's got time to touch it, and he does not quite get there. Has space ahead of him, and you can see he was frustrated by that. Bradley Clayton calling for a little bit more quality. See Herson, Bradley, who've shared the captaincy in Zane Westbrook's absence. Both big voices on the pitch. Obviously Mads at the back as well, and Brentford, as Chris rightly says earlier, are definitely trying to get back into this game with their attitudes. City have been a bit stretched, but we are approaching half-time. Just 2 minutes to go until we get there. Shiri back to Potso yet again. Number 5 back to Grimshaw, who'll touch it first time away to Francis. City getting a little bit stretched here. Potso's time to turn though. Ali Coop tried to press him, but then sat off. Back to Potso. That was telegraphed by Coop, who was unlucky there to see the ball move past him, and you can see his frustration there. Humphreys back to Francis. Obviously being in this position, Chris, surely you'd just like to see it to half-time and then maybe go again in the second half. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, exactly. See it out till half-time, come out in the second half. I'm sure Kev will have a few things to say, and I think that's sometimes what you need. I think it's difficult when you're out there sort of playing to actually see what's causing you problems and identify the things, but I think Kev will definitely pick up on a few things, and I think definitely it looks different from where we are to out on the pitch. So yeah, just go into the second half and try and correct the things that are lacking a bit, and definitely try and carry on doing the things that they're doing good at, which is sort of trying to win the ball high, and I think that's definitely where you can hurt the City team.
Here they come now. If they can get a goal here, it'll be helpful. Chatstheodoridis on his right foot. The crowd can sense it coming, not his stronger foot, but a good effort nonetheless. Crowd getting a bit noisy now. 2 minutes added time from the fourth official. Alves tries to shut down his man on the edge of the box. Instead, Grimshaw will take it away. Again, just takes his time. Something that really is a staple of Manchester City's keepers from first team right through to the academy. Everyone we've played this season has certainly been nice and calm on the ball as Smith brings it out to his midfield partner, Pozzo. Alves chasing after him, and now Francis. Humphreys hasn't got that much time as Archibald turns behind him. City's just trying to be patient and then pounce as Poveda brings the ball back into his own half for Yeboah. And now Humphreys getting the sense that City would probably rather see half-time now as well, just to ease the pressure that they've been going through. Always capable of something though, and here's Bashiru. Good challenge by Nikolai Kirk. Oxenden takes the contact, referee waves play on. And now Poveda will get after it. Back to Francis, and now Smith in the middle. Over the top towards Agumbi. Again, the ball just a little bit too much on it, but positive from City there. Trying to create things even as the half ticks on. Chastity over the top. Fours on the ball now. Plays it inside towards Archibald and flicked behind him by Humphreys, and now Archibald again. As Ilias looks to cross, but instead pulls it back towards the Scottish winger, whose ball over the top isn't going to reach Bradley Clayton, and instead might just see us out of this half. It will. Half time here. Brentford B trail Manchester City by a goal to 0 in the here we go again. Second half begins. City take it away, and Chastity is there. Ilias still going through. Bit of connection there with Smith. Sorensen finds Oxenden. Sorensen with the long ball forward. Too much for Hudson Alves, but a good idea, you'd think. Sub for Man City at half time. They've brought Tyreek Wilson on for Cameron Humphreys at the back, who played a full match last time he was at Griffin Park. Thrown towards Agumbi, is taken away from him. Bradley Clayton towards Ali Coop, but not enough on it. Poveda the one who tries to bring it out. The ball goes back to the goalkeeper, and it's cleared long by Grimshaw, the captain. Chastity jumps, but it's going to be Sorensen that deals with it. Oh, a clip there on Oxenden, and that'll be a free kick. Bashiri the one who took the contact as the ball goes long towards Archibald. Does well to take it down against Wilson. Clayton just takes too much time with the touch there though. Poveda bringing it forward. Ball forward now towards the left hand side with Gar, who collects the ball and will try and maybe work an opening here. Dropped in now, and City will recycle it with Pozzo and Smith in the middle. There's Bashara who touches it wide and tries to find Bolton in the middle. Chastity does really well to turn that. And a really positive first half as he clips that ball towards Marcus Fours, and instead both end up in the advertising boards. Mentioned it in the first half, Meps, but Ilias looks like he's come back from that loan spell really strongly. Yeah,
definitely. He's a player I like a lot myself. On the ball, he's so composed and calm, and brings that assurance to the back four, and you can tell he's got that year's experience in the Football League now. You can see that defending there sort of switching on, staying focused, and using his body well. So definitely good to have him back.
Indeed, and Matt Sorensen there, the one that muscles Bolton off the ball. Marcus Falls flicks it on. Hurst and Alves getting chased. Grimshaw comes all the way out. Long ball forward in the end is dropped over the trialist, and Ellery will collect it. Always in control, the Bees keeper. As the Bees trialist continues on his way and flicks it over the top. Archibald just too much of a strong ball forward. Saw a lot of that from Man City in the first half. The same again from this time Brentford's defenders. Grimshaw drops it to his feet. Got options up front. The three of them standing quite high. He's tried to find Smith, who flicked it into the middle. Jack Oxen's going to have to be brave there and does well against Bisharu. And still going, being held onto here. Downey plays on. And Smith comes away with the ball. Pozzo's the one on the middle, but he's found Bolton. Two options now. Pervader, one of them. He's played it towards his path, and Balcom takes a second attempt to collect it, but he does indeed collect that ball. This is Archibald, flicks it over the top towards Alves. That's a really good ball as well. Alves just can't reach it. Seeing a lot in that in this second half.
See a couple of balls in behind already, trying to get City to drop, and I think that's definitely what they've been told to do. Threatening behind, and hopefully the Man City back four will start dropping, then you can find them passes in the pocket for the likes of Brad and Theo and Hurson.
Well, we saw it in the first half, several chances towards the end of the second 45. Man City under a little bit of pressure. Brentford trying to continue that pressure as the second half continues. They've lost the ball in the stand here, but someone's gone after it. In fact, no. The referee's asking for a new one. On he goes. And Carlo Pervader, the goal scorer in the first half, taking the throw then. Played in towards Gar, and Pervader gets away, but only as far as Clayton. All the way back to Balcom. He's got both Mad Sorensen and Ilias Chatsiridis in support. Looks for the long ball towards the Greek left back. He does well to flick it on. He'll go after the ball. Not enough on it though. Hurson Alves just maybe mistimed his run. Thought he wasn't going to get there. Instead, City will play this around the back amongst themselves. Marcus Falls the one who takes the contact with Yeboah. He's trying to try and not let him out here, as the right back definitely tries to get it away. This is going to be a Gunby. Up against Chatsiridis, knocks it into the middle. Bradley Clayton does well to win it. Away by Francis, and Vader's not going to be able to get there ahead of Kirk, who brings it into the middle. Now Archibald. Chances on, here he shoots. Oh, it's dropped just wide of the far post. But space is opening up here. It certainly sense, as we said in the first half, they could get the one goal. And once the one goal happens, you'd like to think they could probably get another. As the goalkeeper stops to tie his shoes. How important do you think is going to be the next goal in this game, Chris?
Yeah, it's going to decide the game, in my opinion. I think definitely if Brentford get next goal, then it's definitely back in it, and then it's all to play for. But yeah, it's just important that it is Brentford to get next goal, because I think I've been there before, and I think the second goal will naturally take a lot of life out of you, and it'll be an upward struggle from there. But definitely can get the second goal. Just need to keep believing and doing what they're doing.
Well, Grimshaw's got his gloves back on, and will continue to play. Always try to look to play short, City, but may on this occasion need to go long. It is a long ball. It's a Gunby that catches onto it. Smith is the one who plays the long ball forward. It hits Mads right in the chest, who does really well there, Sorensen. But it's just a ball that wasn't good enough away from Smith. Jaco Oxen really calmly takes away from his man. Here comes Ali Coop. Skips away from Pervader, who drags him back a little bit, but does really well to get the ball to Clayton. And here comes the Brentford midfielder. He's got three over on this left-hand side. Here's Chatsiridis. Plays it in low, and it's just taken away from him by Francis. Really good chance for Brentford. That really opened up Manchester City. Just get the sense the Bees are sensing that something is on its way. This is Coote, who plays it to Chatsterides. It's a good ball in. Away, it's only as far as Oxenden, who skips away from his man, then goes down, he gives nothing, the referee waves it away. Much to Jakob Oxenden's dismay. Brentford can recycle it here with now Bradley Clayton. Archibald tries to get it away from Wilson, but it's blocked off, and Gar will just keep hold of this ball. City try and find a little bit of composure at the back. Cope with the throw, and there's Oxenden. Tries to play a little inside ball and instead can't get there. Archibald causes the referee to play on. A late challenge on Pozzo. Is that in some ways a positive, Chris, that maybe you play a little bit more physically, maybe force them to play a bit physically as well, try and play not to their strengths in a way?
Yeah, definitely, and I think you've seen it from goal kicks. City very much want to play out from every goal kick, and the keeper's last resort will be to kick long, and a couple of times already in the second half the keepers had to go long, which plays into Brentford's hands. Yeah, I think if you make this game sort of a little bit more physical, then I'm sure Brentford will come out on top, because I'm sure a City team like this one wouldn't want to really get involved in that scrap. So that's why I said at the start of the game, if you can match them physically and turn it into a bit more of a battle, then I'm sure Brentford can come out on top. And I think the keeper going long from goal kicks will definitely suit them.
They've given it away here though, and Balcom are very lucky indeed to save that. Really poor kick out there as Bashari took the ball away and Bolton tried the shot. I mean, Brentford really lucky not to be 2-0 down at a really sloppy mistake, and that's something they really can't afford to do, is it, Matt?
No, exactly. Don't want to give Man City an opportunity to get a second goal in this game. I think the longer it stays 1-0, I think naturally Brentford will get a bit more momentum and can grow into the game more.
Well, here's Archibald, little ball over the top in towards Marcus Falls. It's not going to drop to him. Coote does really well to keep it alive, but it's Poveda that does come down the pitch. Jakob Oxenden trying to make a decision as whether to bring him down, doesn't in the end, and Poveda continues. Oxenden the one getting back on him, and in the end it's taken away by the trialist centre-back. Poveda still going on that left-hand side, turns away from him. Can he get the ball in? He can. And it's flicked away by Oxenden in the end. Archibald decides to keep it in on that left-hand side, right-hand side, sorry. And there's the ball forward towards Ali Coote. He's got Alves in support. And Agumbi's the one who takes it away from him. It's Chatsterides. Seen a lot of him in this game so far. Plays it back towards Sorensen. City almost finding it a little bit frustrating. They can't really break Brentford's possession game at the start of the second half. This is Balcom. Over the top, and not quite short enough for Archibald. The Scottish shows his appreciation. Potso the one with the throw. Shapes to go towards his keeper, but finds Gar instead. I'm not sure what the referee's seen, but he's given something. It looks like it's going to be a throw. It is, it's Kirk. Poor throw from him. But Brentford do get the ball back. Now Kirk with a chance to run at his man and wins another throw. Probably do better at this one.
I think when you said earlier about momentum, I feel like you can definitely sense that Brentford have got a bit of momentum now, and I think they've got to make the most of it and keep the momentum on Man City, because the longer, like I said before, the longer it stays 1-0, I think naturally City will probably get a little bit more nervous and Brentford will start taking control. You can see Mad's now got a lot more time on the ball and can pick out forward passes better, and it starts opening up, which suits Brentford.
That's definitely a foul on Chatsterides, and that maybe gives Brentford their first chance for putting the ball in the box. Usual set piece taken out here, but they've played it early. This is Chatsterides over the top. Far side is Archibald, who will take it on the volley, and there it is. Oh, Bradley Clayton over the crossbar. A really good quick free kick taken there by Chatsterides over the top. Archibald didn't quite get the connection he wanted, but he laid it back. Clayton over the crossbar. Is that the chance, Chris?
Yeah, it's a massive chance, and I think in games like this you're not going to have loads of them sort of opportunities. So yeah, I'll go back to what I said earlier about that quality in the final third. It's definitely going to be a difference in this game, and you see Man City have a chance similar to that, where it gets cut back, and Man City make the most of it, and that's what we got to do in this game. And yeah, big chance, and should sort of encourage us to take the game to them even more now.
Balcom plays it short towards Sorensen. finds Chastity on his left-hand side. Coote wants the ball inside. It's not going to get to him, but he almost cuts it back. This is Alves taking control over Smith. Plays it to Fours, who's now got a chance to get on the ball. Jaco Oxenden fizzed it out towards Archibald, who will take the opportunity to cut inside onto his left foot. Maybe cross it in. It's a long ball. It's Hudson Alves, and it's 1-1. A great goal by the Portuguese. Fantastic ball in from the right-hand side by Theo Archibald. All it needed was a little finish, and it's a great header by Herson Rodriguez Alves. Chris?
Yes, great goal, and then I said the momentum was definitely coming, and finally they've made the most of it. Jaco done a lovely ball out to Theo in the wide area, and Theo, one thing you can always guarantee from him is that he'll put quality balls into the box, and the weighted pass was perfect there, and great header from Herson to finish it off. And I'm pleased for Herson because it's obviously his final game this year, and he's led the team out with the captain's armband, and he's one that stepped up to the plate there, and great header past the keeper.
Fantastic header.
All to play for now.
Exactly, Brentford back in this game. 1-1 between City and the Bees, as Jaco Oxenden just brings down his man, Deli Bashari. I think Danny wants the ball back, but as we said before, now it is all to play for. Brentford with the goal just before an hour of football. Here's Poveda. Can't afford anything silly now as Oxenden wins the ball back. It's Coote, now Alves, out towards Chastity, who is brought back by Gar, and that'll be a yellow card for the winger.
Ilias looks bright down his left-hand side. Seen a couple of times him eliminate the player with his first touch, and yeah, he does that all the time. Ilias, he's, like I said before, he's a lovely player on the ball.
Theo Archibald is trying to draw some attention to himself as Jaco Oxenden goes to find him, and he's going to get it to the Scottish winger, who brings it down really well. Wilson for company, but now drills it low, and it's actually taking the deflection off Wilson. Theo Archibald plays it back out towards the edge of the box. Poveda will pick it up and try to break away with City. His guard just gone into the referee's book. Alves the one who tries to shut him down. Theo Archibald does really well to take the contact there and carry out with the ball. His Fours, not a lot for company, but he's going to take the ball on here. Drives into the box. He's got someone across the middle. It's going to be Coote in the box. Tries to play the little ball to Bradley Clayton. Couldn't quite get it away from Pozzo, who clears it away in the end. All the way to Deli Bashari, but Brentford constantly creating chances here. This is going to go end to end as Bashari brings it through the middle. 4-on-4. Poveda lets it run for Bolton, who's on his left foot. Tries to play it in towards the defender, but it's taken away from him. Oxenden, now Coote. Space is really opening up now in this game. Here comes Herson Alves. Ilias Chastity motoring down that left-hand side. Alves will probably try and cut this inside. He does. Plays it all the way over to Theo Archibald, who's not going to quite catch that, but
I think the difference already between this and this half and the first half is the amount of bodies Brentford are getting around the ball. A couple of times already, City players have found themselves isolated with nowhere to go, and again, another example here, 3 players around the ball ready to win it.
This is Alves, does really well to find that ball through to Fours, and Ali Coote's the one in the middle who isn't going to be found by Fours, who cuts across the Yeboah and will happily take a corner. Brentford B just building momentum time and time again, just as we pass the hour mark in this game. And Carlo Poveda opened the scoring, but Herson Rodriguez Alves has levelled things, and now the options they have in the box, Sorensen, Alves, Archibald. They're a tall side, Brentford B. Oxenden plays it short. It probably wasn't the greatest decision as Brentford have lost the ball. Instead, it's Theo Archibald that wins it back and does really well to get back on side. Oh, it's clipped through. Sorensen, the one who eventually plays it back to Balcom.
Good covering from Mads there. Staying alert. That's what we need from the centre half.
Chastity to Coote. Just manages to find Herson Alves, who does really well, and Coote almost read that well, but Fours will go after the ball anyway. Just a little bit of miscommunication there as Grimshaw plays it out towards Francis. Clipped into Smith. Smith inside towards Bolton, flicks over to Giancarlo Poveda, who's in chase now. He's one-on-one with Balcom, goes down, and actually the referee's given a penalty. It looked very harsh. He's gone to his cards here as well. Hans-Petter Sorensen gets a yellow. Unlucky there, Chris?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think it's a clever play from the attacker. It's happened to me on my debut against Norwich, where clever players will cut across you, and as soon as they feel a tiny bit of contact, they'll go down. I think that's exactly what he's done there. I think it's difficult on Mads because as soon as he cuts across you, you either let him go and score, or get a clear shot and goal, or you get contact on him. I think it's very, very harsh from
Here is
the
Poveda
referee.
against Balcom. Scores. Bottom left corner, it's 2-1 to City. We've seen Balcom save some. Today he was sent the wrong way. Obviously completely against the run of play. How important is it now to go out and get that second equaliser?
Yeah, I mean, they've already equalised in this game, so they definitely can do it. And I think they've started this half even better than the first, so they've got to take belief from this. And yeah, it's disappointing to concede against them on a play, but that's where good teams will punish you, and I think that's exactly what they've done here.
Certainly is. Good build-up play in the build-up to that goal. A little bit of interchange between Bolton and Poveda, and obviously once he goes back across the defender, as Chris says, it's difficult for Maz to make that decision, and regardless of how much contact there was, he goes down, and City find themselves with a spot kick. Ball over the top now is not the greatest from Wilson, and we'll run out of play. Obviously, as we've just gone past the hour, we do have options on the bench for Kevin O'Connor to choose from. Different strikers in Joe Hardy and Jan Novak. You've got Rafa, Stevie Mensah. Obviously a host of defenders in Talbro, Titov and Jarvis Edibor. So plenty to change things up if needs be. This is Smith. Sorensen does well to watch it onto his left foot. Yeboah will take his time. Find Francis, who shifted across to the centre of this back three. And now they're just moving the ball around each other. There's Smith back to Francis, who's clipped it through to Deli Bishiru. Poveda raising his arm as if he wanted the pass. He will get it now. It's flicked over the top of Chatsterides towards Gar. He'll take this on. He's left-footed play. He'll try to cut back inside, and Hurstinawa has done really well to just clip it away from him there. Marcus Ford's trying to affect the defender. He does. It's a throw into Brentford B. Clayton to Alves on the throw. Chatsterides just couldn't get there, and City not. Well, City won the throw. The Brentford bench aren't content that that was the right decision. It will be Poveda to take this. Jakob Oxenden takes it off him. And now Alves and Oxenden have a little bit of space to run into. Alves is going to be the one that takes it on. Cuts it towards Oxenden. It'll be taken away by Bolton, the striker, who's got all the way back here at right back. Ilias takes it off his man. Clayton, tried to play Ilias, but the ball wasn't powerful enough. Here comes Poveda. Clayton already on the yellow, can't do anything to his man. Clipped inside towards Ogunbi. He's got players in the box. He trips it over to the far side. Sorensen does really well there, actually, to let that run and clear it. Oxenden with a fantastic touch that looked like it came off his arm, but the referee's played advantage. Pozzo now. Man City trying to find a little bit of momentum, try and get that third goal, maybe kill this game. It's Gar on this right-hand side to Bolton. City free-flowing in the way they move their players around. Here is Poveda. Just taking his time, and there's Smith. All the way back to Francis. City forced all the way back as Archibald goes in hunt of the goalkeeper Grimshaw. City just content to play around at the moment, and that's probably going to be too much for the left-sided player. Maybe not. Ogunbi, it's going to slow down on this turf. What can he do with it here? Cuts inside. And again. Just trying to play around Kirk. He's not having any of it. He's going to shepherd him all the way out, and Coote will try and meet this ball. It's Matt Smith in the middle. All the way back to Yeboah. Gar and Poveda with a little bit of interchange football. Bradley Clayton trying to get on him as well. There's Deli Bisharu. Gets the flick back, and now Brentford come away with it. Bradley Clayton now. Long ball forward towards Marcus Fors, trying to get the number 9 involved. A really good touch. The defender takes him. A little bit of a call, and the referee's actually given it in hindsight here. Ali Coote a little bit disappointed he couldn't take that shot. I'm not sure what's happened. It's going to be a free kick on the edge of the box.
Didn't
quite a
look
bit of
like
play,
it to
Chris.
me. Didn't look like it to me.
No?
I think that's a couple of bad decisions from the ref now. But you take it all day long if you were a Brentford player. But yeah, I don't think that was a foul at all.
No, I think maybe, obviously with the penalty in mind, he's seen Marcus cut across his man. He has got a little bit of contact. The fans certainly called for it. And without Reece Cole here, you'd like to think that some of them would probably stake a claim for this. Hurst Alves the one there.
Yeah, if Reece was on the pitch, there'll only be one person taking it, but
Exactly. Theo has
looks like
placed
it's
the ball.
between Theo, Hurst and Yako.
You'd think with the left foot, Yaka would probably favour this. But we've seen other things happen this
Looks
season.
like Theo to me.
Yeah? Well, we'll soon find out. Brentford with a free kick just outside the penalty area. Bradley Clayton, bit of movement from him as well. That Man City player is definitely not 10 yards from the ball. An interesting decision from him. What can Brentford provide here? It looks like it's Archibald. Oh, and he's just fizzed it just wide of the post. Really unlucky by the Scottish winger there, just to fizz it around the wall. Brentford being narrowly, I mean, Grimshaw went to dive for it, wasn't sure where that was going to go, and it in the end fizzed past his post. Ball over the top, Mads Sorensen, the one who tries to go through it, and in the end, it's Bolton that comes away with it for City. Oxenden challenges really well, and Potso will try and keep it alive instead, lets it go for a throw. Archibald on the hunt for the ball. Now Francis against Fours. Alves decides not to press, but will quickly get back onto it. This is Poveda. Ali Koot, the man in charge of taking him down, and does take him down, opts for the option to just take him instead of the ball. It's a yellow card. Obviously providing a bit of a tricky customer, Poveda, in this second half. Smith with the free kick to Potso. They've done really well to find that partnership. Those two are very confident with each other as Yeboah is trying to beat Alves again. His first touch lets him down. He's not been the greatest at that tonight. Grimshaw is being closed down by Marcus Fours. Doesn't want to kick long, but will do in the end, and that should go all the way through to Balcom. It's going to be helped on by the defender.
He's played well today, the right side centre back.
Certainly has.
Trialist come in, he hasn't been around the training ground for long. In a big game like this, he's looked really comfortable, so credit to him.
Alves the one who challenges with a header in the air there. Sorensen the one who clears it long. Francis played back by Grimshaw, who'll go past Fours. Not much in the way of time here at the back for City, but they're creating it themselves. Wilson to Potso. And now Gar on this far side. Potso back to the centre back here. Man City just playing it around a bit. Potso will get back on it. Somehow found his man there, Bishara, but it's taken away from him. Here is Oxenden. That's a good ball through towards Bradley Clayton, and there's 4 on 3 here. If they can get this right, Clayton will try and play it in towards Coote. It's a great goal for Brentford B. Ali Coote scores. That's his 9th goal of the season. Lovely bit of interchange from Brentford B just to win it back. Clayton's ball through towards Ali, and all he did under the goalkeeper, a great little finish. And we're all to play for here, Chris.
Yeah, lovely play. Brad done excellent there. I didn't even see that pass on. I was sitting there thinking go wide to the outside man, but a lovely disguise through ball to Ali, and Ali keeps a cool head and finishes it well.
Well, it's going to be a substitution here of Hurst Alves coming off for Joe Hardy. Benjamin Gar has come off as well. One of City's trialists has come on. That's both their outfield substitutions made as Thomas Scott on the bench as a goalkeeper.
Joe Hardy against his old team.
Certainly is. You obviously work with Joe a little bit. What does he bring to the side now?
I think he's a really clever finisher. He's got really good movement, Joe. He's quite deceiving because he's quite small, but he can use his body really well, and he has got a good turn of pace. And I think if he gets a chance like Ali did there, I think you definitely bank on him taking it. Like I said, he's a very cool finisher. Doesn't give you that aerial presence like Marcus would, and doesn't give you that big body up front to hold up the ball, but definitely very, very good finisher.
Well, Man City not happy here as Ilias Chatsaridis has gone down and will require treatment on as he landed quite heavily on his back. Both Francis and Matt Smith making the point that he maybe jumped over the top, but either way, Matt Downey decided to award a free kick. Stoppage in play here. What do you think is the probably going to be the best way to get through City here, Chris?
I think just keep working the ball, get it out to wide areas. Like I said before, I do think they try and stop you playing through them, and by doing that, they do allow space on the wide areas. I mean, look at the first goal when Theo had the ball out wide and puts in a lovely ball. I think they didn't have enough time to get out to him. So yeah, just keep working it wide. You can see here the picture, they do play narrow and there is a lot of space on the other side of the pitch, so if you can see it and work it out to them, then I definitely think you can get in through that way.
Well, we've seen City take the lead twice. Brentford have had to come back twice as Matt Downey plays it once again. Here comes Ali Coop, left hand side, trying to get the cross in. He will do. Cleared away by Francis, but he's not happy with that. Kicks the turf as the ball goes out for a corner. Matt Smith still arguing about both free kicks here, and he's lost concentration as Jaco Oxen is the one who brings it into the box, plays it low, all the way across. It's going to fall for a Brentford player, but in the end, Grimshaw just did enough. Theo Archibald maybe pulled out at the end there, not willing to push that far. It was a good save by the City keeper. Bradley Clayton, the one who brings it through the middle now. He's got Joe Hardy on that left-hand side, shapes to play left, and the captain will continue now. Hardy into the box. Plays it with his left foot. It's almost a deft
good play from Brentford
back
there. Bradley Clayton weaving through the middle of the pitch. It's definitely what his strength is. He's good on the ball. He's got that ability to beat a player, Brad, like seen here again.
As Ogilvie brings it down. We've said it before. Smith seems to be struggling here with a knee problem. Obviously, they have made the two outfield substitutions that they had originally given, but they certainly probably could bring on someone else. There's a rolling sub. The physio comes on. Joe Hardy just unlucky not to get maybe more contact on that cross as it headed towards the middle. Obviously the paddock quite full tonight. We have seen crowds of 500 and maybe even over 1,000 for games here at Griffin Park, and obviously for you, Chris, last day of the season recently, what was that like? Obviously you weren't involved in the squad, but to see so many fans here, that must have been nice.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and I think it's credit to the direction that the club's going in, that we're able to sell out full allocation of tickets now, and hasn't been the first time this year. I remember the QPR game at home where we won 2-1. That was definitely a sellout, and then the last game of the season against Hull was very close to it. So yeah, credit to the fans, and I think throughout the year we've given them something to cheer about, and it's been enjoyable for them, and I think at times football's been unbelievable, and definitely to watch that week in, week out is definitely something that you're getting your money's worth, and that's what, as a football team, you're there to deliver on performances and results, and I think we've definitely had the performances all year, and I think it's just unfortunate that we couldn't get enough results to get us in the top 6, but we're a step closer than last year, and hopefully next year we can get in there.
Certainly is. And there's the few fans who have gathered here at Griffin Park for the last official game this season with Brentford B. It's obviously going quite well so far, 2-2. Just under a quarter of an hour to play. Brentford certainly have a little bit of momentum right now. City struggling, but as we've seen earlier in this game and in this half, they're capable of something out of nothing. It's going to be Grimshaw with a long kick. Out towards Bolton. Mads is the one who shouts for it and clears it. Gunby brings it down. It's the trialist who flicks it on towards Pozzo. And the trialist again who gets it out to Wilson. Plays it low towards Deli Basharo. Pozzo now. Centre midfield partner Smith has come back on after getting some treatment for that knee injury. Still looks a little bit worse for wear. Yeboah getting shut down by Joe. Over the top there as Kirky gets to the ball. Bradley Clayton just pressuring Pozzo, but he's got enough about him to keep hold of the ball. Plays it back to Yeboah. And now Smith back on the ball. Plays a long pass over the left-hand side. Just too long for his left winger to catch. 12 minutes to go. Can Brentford B end their season on a high? It's been a season that's seen them play a lot of big games. This is certainly one of them. And so far they are drawing. Ali Coutenhurst and Rodriguez Alves, the two goal scorers. This is Smith. Back to Wilson. Oxenham wins it back and has chance to move the ball. He does and gets it to Clayton somehow via a deflection. This is Archibald on the right hand side. There's Clayton. Inside to Coot. On the score sheet already. There's Sorensen. Space opening up in front of him. There's Joe Hardy. Plays a really nice ball to Ali Coot, and Hardy takes over again. Onto his right foot. Can't quite get enough control on it, and it's cleared away. This is Deli Basharu now, 4-on-4, and Bolton looks like he's offside, and he will be called offside. Really tight line there by the two Brentford centre-backs.
Just got to be careful not to make sure you keep that player in the middle of the pitch. It's always important that in the game of football, because as a centre-half I always get told to make sure you've got someone in the middle of the pitch at all times. So that if and when it does break down, you've got that protection in front of you. I think the last thing you want to do as a centre-back is be running back towards your own goal with someone running at pace against you. So it's important that the centre-halves organise it and keep focused and don't sort of ball watch, and make sure you've got that. In this case, Yako, the holding midfielder, there at all times in front.
Certainly is, and as we get a foul over on this far side, Theo Archibald winning it. And we'll clip the ball over the top. Marcus Fors, the one who's got himself some space here, takes the ball down, shoots, it's blocked by Francis, but he puts his arms in the air. He thought maybe there was a shout for offside, certainly wasn't. Fors came from behind his man. Very quick number 9, able to get in behind in spaces. Brentford not maybe trying to play this one short, maybe trying to take their time. Got some tall players in there. Ali Coot and Theo Archibald on the edge of the box. Both centre-backs in the box, or just hovering at the front at the moment. Joe Hardy at the back. The cross comes in. It's towards the trialist and he heads it wide. Good chance there, had to duck quite low to get there, but managed to get in ahead on it. The same end that Chris Mepham scored his first goal for the club at. I'm sure he won't mind you reminding you of that.
What, the wonder goal against United? That one?
No, I think we all remember the Manchester United screamer from the other end. Certainly got it in the tank, Chris Mepham. This is Sorensen. And Chasteidis puts his head down as he can't quite reach that. The ball's gone over the back, and here comes Bolton. Plays it back in towards Deli Bashar. It's a really good challenge by Nikolai Kirk. Important there, and Bradley Clayton brings it away. Here's Ali Coot. There's a fizz ball towards Joe Hardy's chest, who does really well to control it. This is Ali Coot again. Tries the switch ball, and Archibald will be happy to control that in. And forward comes Kirk, tries to bring it on his chest, just manages to get the ball down. There's Clayton's shot, blocked by Yeboah just on the edge of the box. And it's real end-to-end stuff as Poveda brings the ball down the right wing. Jats Theodoridis for company. Slipped inside towards Bolton. And he's played it across the box with his left foot. Ellery Balcom has come out to try and claim that. Does really well to get his body there. Deli Bashari was the one chance here. We saw Luke Daniels concede a penalty kick at the end against Hull City on the final day, but Balcombe does really well there. And credit to Luke for saving the penalty as well. Clayton playing the ball a little bit slower now, Brentford, trying to just build something from the back. This is Kirk. And they've won a throw, and Kevin O'Connor looks to indicate a substitution. 82 minutes is what Ilias Chatzididis will get on this return to Brentford B, as Lucas Talbro the one to come up. And he will make his 70th appearance overall for Brentford B. In the past 2 years, takes on the all-time leading appearance record now. The number 15 from Denmark. Also in the under-19 squad, now playing at left-back beside his captain at that age group, Mads Bech Sørensen. Eight minutes to show us what he can do. Kirk with the throw to Archibald. He does really well to keep hold of it, and that's a good ball across, but Joe Hardy maybe not expecting it on that left-hand side. Grimshaw the one playing the ball now. Plays it long as Falls tries to shut him down. Does well there because Sorensen's seen it out. Obviously, Chris Yomandi's played with Lucas before, and obviously seems like a person who's grown in confidence as he plays these games.
Who, Lucas?
Lucas.
Yeah, he's a great player. I've played with him an awful lot in the B team. He was there under Fleming, learned a lot, and he's young as well. So he's a player that naturally I'll get on really well with, and he's a lovely player off the pitch as well. So yeah, I do like Lucas.
Well, he's come on left back, which is not his preferred position, but Nikolai Kirk is on the other side. And Brentford have won a corner. Plenty of options in there. We saw them go close from the last set piece. It's a long ball over the top, in swinging. Another header from the trialist. It's dropped down. It's a great goal.
Great goal.
And there it is, Marcus Fors. 21 goals for the Finland Youth International. Nodded down to him by the trialist, who got up really well. Takes it on his left foot. Gets a round of applause from Chris Mepham up here. That looked like a really, really good goal to score, Chris.
Yeah, I think he's had a quiet game, Marcus. But one thing you know, Marcus, is the goals speak for themselves this year for him, and he's proven in front of goal, and he's done it time and time again this year. That's what good strikers do. They're quiet for large periods of the game, and then when a big chance is required to take, he steps up to the plate. And like I said before, it's a good sign of a striker. You can be quiet for so long and pop up with an important goal. So hopefully it proves to be the winner in this game. Big 5 minutes, big 5-10 minutes for the Brentford team now.
Big 5 to come. That's his 21st goal in 34 appearances. Is that something maybe that, obviously not trying to jinx things, but Dean will be looking at over the summer to maybe bring him into the first team picture?
Yeah, I think so. He's been training up more and more with the first team recently. So they've definitely got high hopes for him, and you can see why with that goal record. So,
well, Archibald could get among the goals as well here. It's a good save by Grimshaw in the end, and it's just over the bar by Marcus Fors. Build-up play there started with Talbro. Into the middle it came, and then switched across. Brentford really taking control of this match now, and the fans are showing their appreciation on the far side. City under the cosh a bit.
Been really impressive with Brentford this second half. I think they've had a lot more intensity in their play, and I think they've stopped Man City from creating a lot of chances. They've got out to the ball, as you can see now, forcing Man City into mistakes which they weren't doing in the first half. So it's credit to the team, obviously going behind on 2 occasions and coming back to now make it 3-2. It's just now it's down to the cool heads on the pitch to see out this win.
Really putting them under pressure here, and I think if Kevin O'Connor's side were to win this 3-2, it would be a really good way to obviously end the season. As you say, it's a big 5, maybe 5 or 6 minutes to come with added time, so we'll see how they go. Obviously, as a centre-back now, the pressure must be on if you're at the back four.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's difficult because you want to carry on doing what you're doing and playing out from the back and stick to what you've been doing that's got you in this position in the first place. But I think naturally everyone will be a bit nervous out there now and will be quite anxious to keep hold of the win. So it's down to the big leaders on the pitch now to get the team through to the final whistle.
Well, the linesman spotted something here, and it's a red card. It is a red card for one of the City players. Not entirely sure what happened on the far side, but it's Pozzo, who's been a very influential midfielder here. He's just been shown the red card with 2 minutes to go. Obviously a little bit of dissent over in that far side. Theo Archibald obviously seemed to just move away from it, and then the ball moved. I'm not sure whether he threw it at him or something similar, but... Oh, I see. Well, whatever happened over there, it seems like he's lost his temper, and the red card is shown. City will have to play the remainder of this game with 10 men. There's not long to go, but...
A long walk.
A long walk for him, certainly. Obviously, Chris, in this situation, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. You are positive in that you've now got one man extra, but obviously with 2 minutes to go, City must surely be thinking they'll just go for it. Yeah,
they've got to. I'm sure Man City will start going a bit longer now because they can't really afford to be playing out from the back because they haven't got the numbers to. So I'd imagine they'll go a little bit more direct and try and get the ball forward a little bit quicker. I think what you saw in the first half from Man City, with patient build-up, it'll be interesting to see how they do it now, when you can see the keeper looking to go a bit longer.
Well, Brentford have the ball. Played over towards Kirk on this right wing. Does really well to control it and get past the Gumby there. Still going, Kirk into the box. Little bit of a heavy touch, and City will get the ball back. He'll have to retreat to right back. Theo Archibald the one filling in for now. Grimshaw plays it out, and Archibald clears it forward. Fours tries to play it in. That's a long back pass towards the goalkeeper again. Grimshaw does really well to keep it in play. And Brentford will try and capitalise on that mistake now. Well, the linesman's given a corner.
Again, this is unlike this Man City team. I didn't see them sort of mistakes in the first half, so credit to Brentford sort of pressing them even higher and forcing them into mistakes like that.
They really are. The City have almost, in a way, lost their heads here, Chris. They seem to have just kind of maybe, they're obviously saying in the first half they're very compact, but now they're just all over the place. There's no real shape.
Yeah, and I think that's credit to Brentford, because Brentford's obviously were losing twice in the game, and they didn't let it affect them. And I think if anything, they sort of kicked on from being behind. So I think here what you can see from this Man City team is that they've let their heads drop, and now there's mistakes all over the pitch. So
well, Brentford certainly in the ascendancy. Madspeck Sorensen racing back towards goal, but Clayton's the one in front of it. He'll try for goal here. Oh, it's just over the crossbar. Close for Brentford as Kevin O'Connor and Alan Steele below us try and rally the troops to get back in position. It's certainly City very close to not letting that ball out of the box there, but Grimshaw will continue. Brentford certainly aren't going to pressure their men here into anything if they're going to let them play. And that's the ball over the top. Talbro the one chasing, and Sorensen the one in there. Talbro takes control of it, and Balcom clears long. So far, doing everything that's being asked of them, Brentford B. As Kevin O'Connor looks to bring a substitute on. It's going to be Archibald that comes off. Even though the linesman has held up number 11, it is number 7 that's coming off. Theo Archibald gets 90 minutes on this final day. Saw him make his debut in this fixture last season, and he's put in a good shift as Brentford bring on their latest trialist. City are going to try and create something here and maybe force an equaliser late on. It's going to take something special. They do have 10 men as Marcus Forbes comes and puts that into absolute rosette in this stand beneath us. Nothing silly from the Brentford boys at this stage. Smith with the throw. Poveda on a hat-trick, trying to create something. He'll need to... Well, he's somehow got a free kick there. Looked like a bit of contact in the middle. Smith wants the team to get forward, maybe play one more long ball forward. Joe Hardy stood in front of the ball here. into 4 minutes of added time. At least one of those has elapsed. It's a long ball over the top. Balcom can probably see that over his crossbar. Does well to tip it over. Not taking any chances. Some of the City players questioning the City number 6 there as he goes for goal, but got to switch on for this one, Chris.
Yeah, they've got to. A lot of tired players out there, I'm sure, over the course of 90 minutes. So now it's all important to keep cool heads and defend this properly and don't switch off, because the minute you do, I think you'll get punished. So it's important now to grind it out, and they'll start from set pieces now. So
see, out for 90 minutes. The ball goes in. It's nodded away by Sorensen really well. The trialist goes to head it, and here comes Bradley Clayton. Has he got enough about him to flick it on? Yes, he does. Joe Hardy collects it in his own half. Hardy now plays in the trialist on the right hand side. The ball past Wilson towards goal. He shoots, he drills it low, and in the end it was maybe a selfish decision. In the end, Grimshaw clicks it up and will play it long. Only as far as Clayton, and the trialist does really well to get back in there and take it on. Ball down the left hand side. Brentford in trouble here if they can get the ball towards Bolton on that far post. City streaming forward, the ball into the middle. Masbeck Sorensen just takes a flick on him. Couldn't control it, couldn't perhaps watch it onto his foot, and it's gone behind for another City corner. Kevin O'Connor almost willing his own players over the line, trying to get that final win. It's a drilled ball across. Sorensen is the one who gets there ahead of Balcom, who looks a little bit confused, but it's gone all the way back to Grimshaw now. Going to try and play this long, surely. Got options up front, but a lot of them are offside. Masbeck Sorensen waiting for the long ball forward, and we'll watch it over the top, and in the end it's not the greatest ball. We'll run through to Ellery Balcom, who sits upon it. Brentford really in the driver's seat of this game just now, as Ellery Balcom will take his time here over the play out. Marcus Forbes wants it played long. Balcom with his left foot over to this left hand side. Joe Hardy doesn't do anything, but it doesn't matter. It's full time. It's a 3-2 win for Brentford B, a fantastic comeback. They trailed twice. Obviously, Giancarlo Poveda returning to the club, getting his 2 goals today. But goals from Hurson, Rodriguez Alves, Marcus Forbes and Ali Coote have given Kevin O'Connor's side a really deserved win on the final day. Chris, a really good game from the Bees. Yeah,
a really good game, and especially bear in mind they trailed twice in this game, and they didn't let their heads drop, and they came back to win the game 3-2. So credit to this team, and I don't think you can forget how young this Brentford team is. They're not an old team, so playing a good Man City team, as you can see, takes a lot of doing to win it. So fair play to them, and I think there was a lot of standout performers in the game today. So credit to this young group of players.